Okay, so a little while ago I made a video about a thing called a mini clamp-on light, which is something that I used for basically as an external light for my Game Boy Advance, and I was showing off how impressed I was with this particular one, at how well it illuminated the screen. And between the GBA SP001 and my stock GBA with the handy little external light, and as you can see, this actually performs pretty damn well. There was kind of one problem that I had basically, which was finding a way of easily fixing it to my Game Boy Advance. And I just wanted to revisit this because I've actually found a really good solution for it. So this is the mini clamp-on light, and it used to have a sort of springy clip thing here. I removed that so it was a nice sort of flat surface, and at first I was using basically magnets. I kind of electrical taped on some washers on here, and I added some neodymium magnets on here, and so I could just easily snap it on and off. The only problem was the electrical tape would wear off after a while, and it just looked a bit unsightly on the back of the Game Boy Advance. And I also had one on the back of my Game Boy Color as well, so I was able to switch to and fro, and that was quite important to me. So I think I came up with the perfect solution basically to actually fixing this together. So it required me to buy something else, which was this little cheapo phone tripod, which I bought from Poundland. If you're in the UK, you will know what Poundland is. It's, I guess in America it's the sort of equivalent of a dollar store. So this is basically a super cheaply made tripod. Now this thing, the top of it unscrews, and this is designed to obviously fit any phone. So all it is basically a springy kind of mechanism where you would open that and put your phone in. But it's the perfect size also for Game Boys. Now I noticed that at the back of it, it has these little grooves, and I'm not actually sure what they're for. They don't seem to have any purpose, but they happen to make a perfect little housing basically for me to be able to attach something to it. So what I did was I effectively found an old store card or credit card. I used an old RAC card, and I cut it into this square shape. Now this shape basically fits perfectly into these little slots back here, and so I can slide this in here and effectively pull that onto here, and there we go, it's on, and it's like really sturdy, it's strong. Then you can twist the light into the right direction, and the best part is that to be able to then transfer it over to the Game Boy Advance, I just turn this so the orientation's the sort of other way, and then I can clip it onto the Game Boy Advance and basically have it working on here. And I've literally been using this on a daily basis, mainly for my my Game Boy Color, because I have a Game Boy Micro which I tend to use to play Game Boy Advance games on. And yeah, I'll show you how it looks on the Game Boy. So you can see you can't see the screen at all. If I turn it towards the light, you can see it, and you'll see it lit up nicely. But if we turn off the light, suddenly we can't see it anymore. And I'll stretch that on there and flick that on, and there you go. It actually shows a lot more glare on the viewfinder than it does in real life. Actually, it's, if I bring it up nice and close, you get really nice picture quality and nice colours. All the colours pop much more than they would on something like a Frontlit Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Advance SP, and yeah, I think it works great. Okay, so it's actually quite difficult to get this on camera as how it looks in real life. The glare on the screen always seems to look a lot worse through the viewfinder, and I'm not sure if it's to do with the way the lens focuses or something. Also, I've got a glass screen, so it does reflect a bit more than perhaps a normal one would anyway. But it's really nowhere near as pronounced as this when you're actually playing it in real life. But I just wanted to give a good idea of how well this illuminates. So hang on, if I go back to that to my screen, or if I just this is what it looks like with the light off. Basically, you can't see a thing. So it's a dark room, and it has two different settings. It has this kind of slightly dimmer setting, and then the full whack. And yeah, for me, it just works perfectly anyway.